Hello my friends, The Legend of Zelda Link's Awakening is finally being remade, and today I'd like to talk about that. Now, you might be wondering what's up with this staff. Well, here's the thing, when I saw the Link's Awakening trailer, I thought to myself I would like to do a sort of commemorative type of artwork. I'd like to paint the windfish. I'd like to paint and if you don't know who the windfish is, he's this magical whale creature. Even though he's called a fish, he's a whale. I'll try not to spoil too much about him. But anyway, but I'm gonna try to do the windfish in the style of a Luba artwork. The Luba are Central African people. Now, if you're unfamiliar with my channel, occasionally I'll do some Zelda artwork that is inspired by African art. And I'll link some of those at the end of the video. But today, even though I would have liked to make this video about that, my tendonitis in my hand is acting up, and so my hand's not feeling too great. So that'll have to wait till some later time. But as a consolation prize, I'll show you my Triforce staff. This thing's pretty sweet, huh? I made this thing in a woodshop class back in college a long time ago. It is very, very tall. Can I show you the bottom without hitting the roof? I don't know if I can. Whatever. Point is, it's very tall. It is like proper knobbery size. Or walking stick, whatever you want to call it. But yeah, it is very big. Yeah. So, without further ado though, let us talk about this new Zelda game. Or old Zelda game that is being created to be new again. So first up we have the FMDS Art Style to talk about. Now, as many longtime fans will notice, it is kind of based on the Oracle of Ages art style. Some people have been saying it's based on Link to the Past. It's kinda, but not really. See, there's a key difference between Oracle of Ages and Link to the Past. And that Link has pants! The all-important pants. Yes. So, back in the olden days, Link freeballed it all the time. All the time. But, yeah, Nintendo doesn't like Link freeballing it anymore. So, they gave him pants in the Oracle games. That's basically the main significant difference. And of course the reason for that is pretty logical. We have 3D graphics now and camera control, and they don't want players looking up Link's tunic. Anyway, so, Link's Awakening, the original game, has shared the same artwork style of Link to the Past. And so that's part of the reason why I'm bringing that up. They didn't use quite the same style here. They used the Oracle style. And it does make me wonder, will they be revisiting this style and the gameplay style for eventual remakes of the Oracle games, Oracle of Ages and Oracle Seasons? Maybe. But before we get into that, let me talk about another art style that you might not have known about. So although I love the classic Zelda art style that many people are more familiar with, there's another art style, this one right here, that many people might have never seen before. And this is official artwork. This is official artwork for a number of the different Zelda games. For Link to the Past, Zelda 2, and Link's Awakening. Maybe Zelda 1 as well, I'm not entirely certain. This artist's name is Katsuya Terada. And while looking at these old artworks, I can't help but feel I would also love to see a Zelda reimagined in this style. Now I'm perfectly happy with both the FMV style and the gameplay style that they used for this game, Link's Awakening. But food for thought for whenever they maybe get around to Zelda 1, perhaps? I don't know, maybe. Or maybe they'll even remake Zelda 2 one day. I mean, Zelda 2, that's a game that desperately needs a remake. That's the thing, is a lot of people, we love to see remakes of games that are already great. How about remaking a game that actually really needs that remake to have it shine so that it can be better and be as good as it was supposed to be? Anyway, let's move on to the gameplay art style. So, there's some people who don't like the style, but I enjoy it. It's nice. It reminds me of those old Christmas claymation cartoons from Rankin Bass. So it's pretty neat, and chibi styles just sort of make sense for the old top-down Zeldas. Like, it just wouldn't work very well with proportional characters in a top-down Zelda. At least I'm pretty sure. I mean, you look at all the old video games, and I'm not even just talking about Zelda. Look at like Final Fantasy games. They're all chibi for a reason. I think there were some old video games that tried to have proportional people in a top-down game, and they just don't look quite as good when you put them in a top-down game. So chibi just works out pretty dang nicely. So I believe Nintendo made the right decision on that. Alrighty, so let's get into some little bit of analysis. Now I've been watching some other YouTube game channels do a bit of analysis. I don't want to repeat what they've said, but there's two things I haven't seen anyone mention. So I'm just going to show them real quick. One, look at that cave over there, okay? That cave used to have eyes. It used to look like a mask, or a face, if you will. Why the hell they removed that mask cave, man? Now it's just a regular cave entrance, a regular boring looking cave entrance. It used to have eyeballs, man. Why would you remove that? It's just, I don't know. Every time something gets remade, they always wind up doing some kind of thing with the textures or something that just irks me a little bit. Like, why did you change that, man? But, oh well. Well, yeah, that's just a little something that seems like no one else has noticed. But, you know, me being Red Spirit Mask, of course I'm gonna notice that that cave does not look like a mask anymore. One other thing I've noticed is there is a little area in the town, the edge of the map. It used to be trees in the old version, and now it's more like just a elevated ground area, and there's a sign there, which I don't believe the sign was there before. Lastly, here's a few things that I think would be good to change in order to improve the game. Now keep in mind, I haven't played this game in probably over 20 years, so I didn't come up with a ton of stuff. But here's just, you know, a few little things. One, allow Link to equip items on many buttons, because the Game Boy had the A and B button and select and start, and that's it. That's all it had. The Switch has many buttons, so use all of them. I'm sure Nintendo is going to, of course, do this, but it's worth saying anyway. Use all those buttons. Alright. Another thing, the Guardian Acorn and those other power-ups, the song kind of got repetitive after a while, so if they could do something to make that a little less annoying, that'd be great. Either they have to remix that song heavily and make it way more interesting, or just don't make it loop, like maybe make it play once and then it's like ends, and then the way that the player would know that the power-up is gone is just have like a visual glow, you know, dissipate or something, you know, like something like that, and that would be enough. Thirdly, is that even a word? In 3D Zeldas, now this is a top-down Zelda, but whatever, it's rendered in 3D, and it's rendered in very high quality 3D. In 3D Zeldas, I like to look around and smell the roses. I am a guy who takes my time playing video games. I'm not one of those people who rush through games. I really like to just look at the beautiful graphics, look at what's been made, look at the world, you know? So, give me a button to just go into first person view and look around. They've had that since Ocarina of Time. See up, you could just look around. Even though the N64 arguably did not have the greatest graphics in the world, I still thought it was beautiful. So yeah, give me a way to look around in first person view. Just for fun. It's not a gameplay thing. It doesn't have to be a gameplay thing. You can make it a gameplay thing if you want, but just let me look around. That's all I want. And lastly, second time I've said lastly, when they made a Game Boy Color version, they added more features, one being like a color dungeon, right? Like this bonus dungeon that made use of the fact that we got colors now. Instead of one new dungeon, how about a master mode called Nightmare Mode that has entirely new dungeons? Like all of the dungeons have been completely remixed, right? Like the master mode, and I'm not using the right word. Not the master mode. What is a second quest? That's the proper term I'm looking for. Like a proper second quest, like in Zelda 1. That's what I want. That's what I want. So, if they could do that, that'd be great. Anyway, hope you enjoyed me rambling about Zelda. And again, if you're new to the channel, please like, comment, and subscribe. And definitely check out those other Zelda videos that I've done in the past. I'm sure you'll enjoy some of that artwork that I've made. Alright.